That's right. Well, always a devastating thing to happen, but especially with this timing. But the way they're coping is by coming together. And if you walk with me, I'll show you exactly how they're doing that. We're at the Kelowna Volunteer Fire Department, where there's kind of a makeshift gathering here so people can get things that they need that had damage from those tornadoes. Look at all of this food right here. This was cooked by the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office. They made all of this, have been cooking it since 3 a.m. this morning. So people that are in need can come here and get this and walk inside here with me now so you can see even more. We spoke with a volunteer earlier. This stuff that's being donated here, she said they've had as many people donating as are in need. You can see here there's toys here inside, there's toiletries inside, there's any snacks that they need. They have perishable foods, they have paper towels, they have deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste, anything that you need. So that's the way that they're coping with this damage, is by coming together and rallying around one another so that they can make sure that they are all okay. Aaron, Kate.
Really glad to see that. Eli Britton, thank you for being there for us. Appreciate it.
Getting up at 3 a.m. to cook meals for some of these people affected to make sure that they had something to eat. But I'll go ahead and tell you now, the scenes at the Kelowna Volunteer Fire Department earlier today, well, those speak for themselves.
I mean, we just made it here to St. Bernard Parish, and I mean, the scene is crazy here along West Judge Perez Drive. I mean, first of all, no lights. I'm saying no electricity, and police have blocked this entire area off as folks try to head into St. Bernard Parish. They're actually being diverted away.
Yeah, well, Daryl, you can see the mess here behind me. This is Neron Place right off of South Carrollton, and council members stressed today that they're really tired of getting constant complaints from residents about construction projects like this one.
And take a look at what it looks like live right now here. You can see that there is yellow caution tape that has been set up. And take a look at this scene right here. You can see that this tornado that touched down just absolutely ripped the wall off of this building. There is debris covering this parking lot right now. Yes, and daylight has revealed the damage here in Tangipahoa Parish is much more extensive than first thought. As you know, more than 150 people had to evacuate yesterday. We met some of them today right as they got to come back home.
But it's the city of New Orleans that's against its poor people. It's the city of New Orleans that is doing this to its poor people.
Bonita Linton is up in arms about the condition of her street. Stagnant water that started as a puddle, then a pond, now what seems to be a putrid pool on Pogger Street.
We've come outside and found dead rats floating on top of the water, just floating. Right down in the sewer. That's why it stinks by my house.
Linton's lived in Pogger for 2 years, but says problems have persisted for more than a decade, affecting her mother, who lived in the neighborhood for 25 years before she passed.
My mother fell in her wheelchair because of that initial big hole right there and laid right there into a car, almost hit her. The car almost rolled her over. They saw the wheelchair but didn't see my mama. And thank God the guy had sense enough to look, because he saw the wheelchair turned over, and he got up and drugged my mama to her house because the wheelchair was too heavy for him to pick up.
While neighbors are swimming through sewage on Pogger, just around the corner on North Roman, the street is sinking.
You could either swim or sink. This is what it is. It is what it is.
According to Roadwork NOLA, the project started June 2021 and was set to be complete by July 2022.
This has been going on for too long. Too long. 2 years too long.
The project is still not done.
Treva White says she's been a resident of the area for years, and before the project started, she didn't see anything wrong with the street.
But they say they will come in and put new drainage system and stuff like that. The drainage is gone. It's no drainage system now. Everything is just one big pothole. I have been in constant contact with the chief of staff, as well as the administrative assistant for District D, and I still can't get no answers.
These neighbors collectively agree they love their city. They're just begging for a solution.
Mr. Green, I would like for you to come and take a look at this and see what's going on in this neighborhood. This is your district, District D. So I think you should come around here and see what's going on in this neighborhood. This is what's going on in your neighborhood. I think that you should come around here and make sure that this gets fixed.
There would be no stone left unturned until we found out who took him.
L.C. Jefferson says he's devastated at the news that his grandson, 24-year-old Javarius Scott, also known as Jada Youngin, was murdered Wednesday night in his hometown of Bogalusa.
This is only what I hear. Someone came up from behind the house, and with a ski mask on, and gunned them down in broad open daylight on a public road, a road that's a busy road. So people have gotten so bold of doing things today because they know or they feel like they won't be caught.
The rapper, well known on social media for his song 23 Island.
New bag, brand new deposit. Brand new deposit.
That song now has more than 17 million streams on Spotify. To his grandfather, he was just a kid trying to make it in music.
I remember when he first started his music. I remember him sitting out here 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, him and his cousin writing music. It's sad that at his young age, just when he was really getting things right the way that they should be, that he had to be taken away.
The family confirms Scott's dad, Kenyatta Scott, was also shot. Police say he's expected to be okay. The news quickly spread, followers showing love online for the slain rapper. Police say they want to find the person responsible and say there's already been a number of shootings in the area since the rapper was killed.
A few minutes later, while my officers are investigating this scene, we had a call of another shooting across town. Later in the night, a few hours later, we had a third shooting where a house was shot up that we also believe to be related.
Police say no one was hurt during the other 2 shootings. A few suspects have been identified, but no motive or suspect yet in the case of Jada Youngin. Family members say they hope the community will pull through for them and help to solve the case. In the meantime, Jefferson says he finds solace in the legacy his grandson leaves behind.
Looking at him and looking at the way he made his music and looking at where he come from, it gives other people hope. And his music gave them hope, but it's gone now.
I think we're looking at a metal pole that looks like from an industrial park.
Glade Bilby thinks they resemble Scud missiles. Back in October, crews tore down dozens of French Quarter streetlights and put these in their place.
What are they for?
They're 5G towers, mainly for Verizon and AT&T customers. The city says crews plan to attach lamps and other add-ons to make the poles fit the neighborhood aesthetic, but supply chain backlogs have halted the work.
I think this happens on a lot of things in the city where they start something and don't finish it for one reason or the other.
Bilby thinks crews should have waited for all supplies to arrive before starting construction. And the outcry isn't just about looks.
Not that bright.
We started our interview with Bob Sims with the camera lights off. We wanted to show just how dark his Dumaine Street block can get at night, even after crews installed a temporary light on the pole.
It's not really doing anything, is it?
He calls the unfinished work a hazard.
See the hole here, easy to fall in there.
And a threat to public safety.
Obviously, from a deterring crime point of view, having it dark is not the best idea.
A city spokesperson tells WDSU that when the pole's lighting components do arrive, they'll be just as bright as the lamps there before. That's assuring news to Sims. But until that happens,
we really need a short-term fix to put more light on the street.
On the North Shore now, it was a day for the dogs as the crew to Pooch paraded down Lakeshore Drive. WDSU photojournalist Deja Pino captured some of the fun along the lakefront.
We all out here in Mandeville. It's a beautiful day for the dog parade and people all having a great time. We got a number of dogs, they're hiding in the strollers, and I think the dogs are having the biggest time of the day.
Just watching all the dogs getting their dog treat, all kinds of different samples, and just seeing them being so well behaved, definitely enjoying each other. We've come out to the Mandeville Dog Parade just to have a good family fun time with my daughter and her boyfriend and all of our children and other family members, having a ton of fun out here, and great sunny weather. You cannot beat this.
All the way from Mississippi they came to the doggy parade.
It's so cool. I like the dogs are dressed up and I like the parade.
We love to come and look at all the different animals, and it's a great atmosphere.
What about you?
It's fun for the whole family, and who doesn't like a good dressed up dog?
Well, we adopted her from Zeus Rescue, and she was all white, and we saw one little speck of black. And my cat's name is Butter Biscuit, so we wanted a name that would kind of fit and match with that. And we didn't want it just to be Pepper. And you know, Louisiana, we like pepper jelly, so we went with Pepper Jelly for her.
WDSU photojournalist Deja Pino gives us a look at the excitement as the festival's big parade took to the streets.
This is a celebration of the 50th year of Southern Decadent. It's a momentous year. It's a great thing to be back after a long break due to COVID. So I'm happy to be back, and as you see, the crowd is massive.
It just amazes me because it gets bigger and crazier every year. A lot of people don't understand the history. You know, this started as a party of a group of friends who called themselves the Decadents.
People that come to our city every year, it's amazing to see everyone coming back and enjoying our day.
My birthday is tomorrow, so I always get to come out to Decadence for my birthday. And it has not been fun being stuck inside and not being able to enjoy all these wonderful people who really embrace you for whoever you are.
Gay, straight, black, white, pink, purple, non-binary, transgender, everybody is welcome. I just love that everybody is here because one thing about this, more than anything, is about love. It's just about love, love, love,